My name is Mohamed Khaleel. I'm the Managing Director of the Pulse Hotels and Resorts in the Maldives.
Thank you for joining Breaking Travel News here at World Travel Markets Day 1. First of all, you are a man with a number of different roles and hats across the kind of Maldives. In the capacity of your advisory role to an assistant to the president, perhaps you could kind of give us a market update on the Maldives first of all.
I think we set a quite ambitious target for 2025 of 2.3 million tourist arrivals to the Maldives. We may not be able to achieve that target, but we will be achieving nearly 2.3, but not exactly 2.3 million tourists. But I think that with a growth of 9.6% year-on-year growth, which is basically quite a tremendous achievement that I believe. We set a target of 10% growth, but 9.6 is basically getting achieved by end of the year.
And what's driving that growth?
I think it's a combination of a private sector and the government side, because the synergy between the private sector and the government is critical in order to achieve that kind of a growth. Because the government basically help us to create the demand in different source markets. And the hoteliers themselves basically they do the product marketing of the destination. They bring up a unique product into the market, catering to a wider the client base. So it's the synergy that basically has worked out well with the Maldives when it comes to the tourism growth in the.
And of course, connectivity plays a significant kind of role in that growth, obviously, and you have a very important role, in that world. Tell me a little bit about sort of how you're thinking about sort of that sort of moving forward from a destination connectivity perspective.
You see, I think it's now really important to highlight that the Velana International Airport, the new terminal is fully completed. It's in operation fully. Already, I think 6 or 8 airlines started move already to the new terminal. By end of November, beginning or the mid-December, I think all international airlines will be moved to the new terminal. Because currently there is, the arrival experience of the tourists with the old terminal is not something that is great about. But the new terminal is quite nice, very modern, purpose-built airport that basically help us to have more efficiency in terms of the customer experiences. So that basically is going to help us to have a better the connectivity. Meaning that, you see, all the international airlines, they prefer to get the slots during specific period time, because most like the Middle Eastern carrier, even the Singapore Airlines or the Asian carriers, they wanted to reach to the Maldives before sunsets, especially in the European the market segments. So we are now able to give more slots, almost double slots.
Wow.
So that basically helps us to improve the connectivity. When it comes to connectivity, that's also quite important to have a seamless connection to the properties itself. Just having the more international flights arriving to Maldives doesn't end there, because the customer, end-to-end customer journey is really required. That's basically why we have introduced Manta into this one. Manta is only the airline in the whole of Maldives with the seaplane which has got a schedules, pre-published schedules. We are operating just like another airline. All other airlines, whether it's Maldivian or the TMA, they basically don't have a fixed schedules. And the customers who arrive, they can come back from Timbuktu to Maldives with the tickets, knowing there are all these connection flight times, but they wouldn't know what time they will be able to go to the hotel that they booked. But if any of those flights goes to where the Manta flies, they should know what time they will be reaching into the resorts. So that is basically why Manta is able to achieve so much growth today. Today we are the second largest airline in the Maldives within 5 years' time.
It's incredible. And I think that seamless point you're making there around, it's not just about sort of the international side, it's also about that seamless domestic and international relationship, right? Once you've arrived in kind of, I suppose in a sense, Male is the hub, right?
Yep.
You then need to connect it up with all of the wonderful kind of islands, and make that journey really seamless. And I think, I totally understand that sort of Maldives is such a premium experience destination that the airport itself needs to kind of almost, complement the kind of the actual experience on destination. Really interesting progress that you're making there. So let's now talk about perhaps, the other side of your roles, which is that you've introduced 2 wonderful new resorts and properties into the Maldives. Tell me more about those.
Yeah, the area is basically something that we just launched. We are basically opening the area towards end of November. Area, the reason why we choose area is very unique because we have got very unique properties that we have. Nautilus on the ultra luxury segment with the timeless experience that we give. The private island experience that we offer is not possible to do by any of the ultra luxury segment. Khandima basically we have broken the stereotype image of Maldives. Maldives is for honeymooners, only for the couples. There's nothing much to be done. We have proven ourselves that it is not the case with the Khandima concept. It's a lifestyle, very strong lifestyle brand concept. Then we came up with the Nova concept, which is basically more of a softer version of the Khandima, but with soulful experience that we have. Then Eri we have brought in because you see, we trying to cater for wider market segments. And some of the people that we have, some of the clients, they sometimes do not want it to take a seaplane or the domestic. We don't have any property in Maleto, so that's basically one big reason why we basically choose to have a property in the Maleto. But with that, even we decided not to have close proximity within the airport because the airport vicinity is very much concentrated. So you don't really get the feel of this tranquility and the peace, and that is basically gone with this all surrounded lights and sounds and all those noises. But we are at the edge of the Malay Atoll, yet reachable with the speedboats. That's basically why we have created Eri.
And of course, the last question I have is sort of what's next? As if you're not busy enough already, but what's next?
Oh, we have a lot of excitement happening within Pulse Group. Next year, we're going to open 2 new properties in the Maldives. One is ultra luxury called Aura Maldives, which is happening just next to the Nautilus. The other one is luxury, 5-star luxury, which is called the Coral Residences. Coral Residences again a very unique property. This is first time ever in the Maldives launching the strata title, the real estate tourism in the Maldives. We are basically selling the units. The foreigners can buy on a strata title. So they basically have to pull back to the hotel for reselling and rental basis. So the buyers or the investors, they get the usage of 30 days annually. Rest of the time they need to pull back. It's not compulsory that they have to take 30 days, but the maximum days that they can utilize their accommodation is 30 days annually. So that basically, some people, we have already sold, I think 40% of we are only creating 40 units, 20 2-bedroom, 20 and 3-bedroom, 20 units. We don't wanted to flood the market with this kind of a unique thing, but this is something unique that we are really launching in there.
That's moving into residences. I mean, that's a huge kind of evolution of your products and your proposition. It's very, very exciting.
One reason why we started introducing this product is because COVID has taught us a lot. We now see a trend of families and extended family travel. Family market is growing very, very fast globally and for Maldives also. The other thing is also we have basically started experiencing, the work from home. A lot of, especially the tech guys, they basically do work from holiday. We have few people who basically stayed in the Maldives continuously for 2-3 months. They convert the whole room into their office come bedroom, because there is no other way that you could basically, maybe their productivity goes up because the kind of a peacefulness, the quietness that you get is basically
good for the mind. I love it.
Yeah.
How exciting. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
My pleasure having you. Thank you.